Hi guys, Stephanie here with Baby and me and Jameson. So I'm pretty sure this is technically week 17, but I'm just going to go ahead and call it month 4 because that's basically where we are. And I have good news and bad news. So which do you want first? So I'll start with the bad news. For those of you who are following along with me, you will probably, and watch last week's video, there was a big hooray because Jameson's sleeping patterns had started to improve and we were getting like 5-6 hours a night versus 3 or 4. And we had even gotten the 7 and 8 hour stretch at some points. Well, like clockwork, on his 16-week, 4-month day, he stopped doing that. And we have reverted back to waking every 2 to 3 hours. And it's been like that for about the past week. Yeah, pretty disappointing to me. So, and this time around, it's so hard because I was just getting used to getting some more sleep, and then it was like, bam. And it was kind of a tough week for me, not gonna lie. But the good news is that there is such a thing called the 4-month regression. And like I said, just like clockwork, he's going through it, and it basically just means that your baby's on the right developmental track. Because what's happening to him right now is that instead of sleeping like a newborn or a baby, he's starting to develop his sleep pattern, his permanent sleep patterns. So he's starting to sleep more like we sleep, which is going into light and deep sleep. And this is just what I read. I don't even know if it's right, but it seems right. He's cycling out of light and deep sleep now, and since before they pretty much just are in deep sleep and can sleep through just about anything, that's not the case anymore. So whenever he cycles into a light sleep, he's waking up. He doesn't understand why. He's confused. He cries. So that's going on. And something's been bothering him the past couple days. I hope he doesn't have a bug and it's just maybe something I've eaten or whatever, because I've been eating all healthy lately. So I'm going to test that out and knock some things off that I had been eating this week and see if he gets better. But he had been doing his colicky spouts again, where he's just pretty much crying all day if he's not asleep or nursing. That sucks. I hate that. That's the worst, because you want to know what's wrong and you want to make them okay. Anyway, other than that, he is starting to be able to sit on his own. I mean, not on his own, but like sit with support. So I have like a little pillow that a boppy that he's like sitting with. Like I don't have to hold him anymore. He can sit, and that's really cool. And he's like leaning forward a lot, like almost doing crunches, like almost all the time, because he's trying to sit. And so this is improving his core, his muscles, so that eventually he will sit. I predict that within that sometime during February he's going to be able to sit by himself, or maybe like the beginning of March. Maybe I'm bragging a little bit. So he did his first laugh this week, or a few days ago. That was awesome, like a real laugh. And he's just babbling up a storm, and he's more, I feel like every week I say he's more alert, but he's more alert. Like he's differentiating things. Like Ryan and I were standing over top of him the other day, and he was literally looking back and forth between the two of us like this for a minute, and he had never done that before. It was like he was like, oh, he was understanding there are 2 people here. That's my mom, that's my dad. He's just more, I don't know, his brain's just developing. It's really cool to watch it happen. So that's what's going on with him. And we have our 4-month checkup on Tuesday, I'm gonna bring a lot of this stuff to her attention, especially like the crying and stuff, and see what might be going on with him. I am thinking about really taking a leap, because we need a better system with sleep. I mean, I know he's a baby, but he's still in our room. He sleeps in the rock and play, and I'm still pulling him into bed. After like the second time he cries, I pull him into bed and I nurse him, and I usually fall back asleep. And he sleeps great in my arms, but it's not healthy. It's not what I should be doing. I can't do that. So now that he's 4 months old, I'm really thinking about, I was going to wait until 6 months, but now that he's 4 months old and I'm not worried about him, he's such a mover that like he's just never gotten himself into any situation where I felt uncomfortable with the way that he was sleeping. He's so strong and he's such a mover that I feel like I might be able to graduate him into sleeping in his own room. I think that the best course of action would probably be to go ahead and move the rock and play into the room and have him sleep in the rock and play in his room first, and then transition him into the crib. Currently, right now, he's sleeping in his rock and play without it moving. I haven't done that yet. And I'm seeing how long his nap will last. I'm thinking that since he's easily awakened now with this light and deep sleep thing, that maybe the movement that was helping to keep him asleep before is actually waking him up. And maybe our movements in bed are actually waking him up. So I think that maybe it's time for him to have his own space and start sleeping like a big boy, since his brain is starting to sleep like a big boy. So I'll let y'all know if I do that yet, do that or not. I don't know, it's just so hard for me. I don't want to not be able to wake up and just look over at him and see that he's okay. But I have a monitor, I can put the monitor next to my bed, and I need to do the best thing for him. And I think that that's probably the best thing. So I'll keep you guys updated on that and see how that goes. And if you guys if anybody watching has any like pointers or advice for me with this whole sleeping thing, please comment. Because the sleeping thing has been probably the hardest. So that's it. We're moving right along. He's getting big and it's fun. Alright, I'll see y'all next week.